Hey friends, welcome to the Farming Pastor's Wife. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Leslie and I'd like to say welcome to my channel or welcome back. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would love for you to do so and be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I would truly appreciate it and would like nothing more than for you to be a part of the Farming Pastor's Wife's family, YouTube family, or my family, either one. So today we're making a covered with a little crumb topping cod fillet, a fish I've never had. Believe it or not, I have never had cod, so that's what we're having today. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Okay guys, so I'm actually going to film this whole dinner. We're going to have the cod fillets and we're going to do half potatoes roasted in the oven. I'm doing a little prep now, and this prep that I'm doing actually steers me away from the actual recipe a little bit, only because I don't have that ingredient. Which brings me to something I wanted to address. Oftentimes, I don't, in fact, rarely do I have everything for a recipe. It's just the way life goes. Y'all, I have done the menu plan for 2 weeks. And even in week 1, we had to veer from it a little bit. Just because that's the way our life is. And I don't know too many people who, I don't know. I know there's people out there who can plan and just plan perfectly. But my life is in such a way that things come up and I don't wait. I just can't follow a certain plan because things come up. We are farmers. We are a minister, or my husband's a minister, and we are in the ministry. So there is lots of crazy things that happen. And I don't always have every ingredient to everything. And then sometimes I just make mistakes and think, oh, I hide it at home, but then I really didn't. You know, I'm human. But that's the whole point of my channel. That is the whole purpose of my channel. Or the purpose, evolved into it or morphed into it, is that I want to teach people you don't have to have everything. That you can improvise and you can make a recipe your own, whether it be based on what you have and don't have, or what you like and don't like. You don't have to follow a recipe per se. Now, let me back up. When it comes to bacon, you want to stay pretty doggone close to the recipe when it comes to baking, just because there's a science to baking. But when it comes to just cooking food, let it be a piece of art. Let your creative juices run, because you're not going to have everything. Back in the day, back in the Depression area, I was watching Collar Valley Cooks today, and I saw a dialogue with the people commenting on her channel, talking about mock apple pie. Well, I've never had a mock apple pie, but I know all about it. It's made with Ritz crackers, and there used to be some kind of mock something that they use Pintos for. I can't remember what that was, but anyway, that was back in the day when they couldn't get a hold of things. So you never know, especially in the days we're living in now, if there's something you might not can get that's in a recipe. So you better know how to improvise. So that's what my channel is for, is to take the fear out of cooking. If you mess up, you mess up. If it's not good, oh well. 9 times out of 10, even if it's not the best thing you've ever had, you can choke it down. It can be nourishment, which is all what food is supposed to be anyway. So, but I just want to take the fear away and to let you be your own person. So, off my rant there. Okay, here is what I'm improvising. The recipe calls for panko crumbs, and I'm actually going to link the real recipe, the actual recipe, in the description below. And you know what? I don't think this is Pinterest. I think this may be just something I found online, but not on Pinterest. But anyway, it calls for panko crumbs. And I don't have panko crumbs. I don't usually keep, that's not a staple here in my house. I'm sure I've probably had them at one point in time, but it's not something I keep. But Ritz crackers is usually always on my shelf. And what better to go with fish than a good old buttery cracker crumb? I mean, really? So, I'm just going to crunch this up, and then I'm going to start working on the half potatoes. Okay, y'all, before we move to the potatoes, I'm going to make the sauce that's going to go over the top of the cream stuff that's going to go over the top of the fillets. And I want to talk to you about the cod fillets. This came in a bag. I believe I got it at either Sam's or Walmart, and they're individually wrapped cod fillets. I know nothing about cod. Like I said, I've never had it. I think this is one of the fishes they do fish and chips with, I think. But other than that, I know nothing. These are still slightly frozen. I hope they thaw before I need them. But I thought I'd go ahead and mix up the sauce that's going to go on top. Okay, so let's start working on the sauce. Y'all know I love my mayonnaise sauces. So when I see a recipe that has it, I'm drawn to it. So we're going to do 6 tablespoons. Maybe. And I'm doing the tablespoons just because it's easier than dipping in a measuring cup. I mean, like, I'm going to be dipping in it either way, so might as well save a dish. 3. 4. 5. And as you can see, you don't have to be exact. All right, now let me wipe the tablespoon off and get the mayonnaise off, just because I don't want to put mayonnaise in my mustard. Okay, and we're going to go in with 2 into the Dijon mustard. 2. All right, guys. Here we go. We're just going to give this a little toss. We're going to season the fillets, so don't worry about us seasoning the fillets. We're also going to season, I'm also going to splash a little bit of maybe some cooking wine or vinegar in this. Maybe. I'm going to think about it. But we'll see. Okay, so that's ready. Now, it's not time for supper yet, so I can set this aside, stick it in the refrigerator, and we'll wait till it is time for supper. And we'll start getting the fish ready in just a little bit. Right now, I'm going to wash up some russet potatoes. All I'm going to do is wash them up right now. That's the only thing I'm going to do as far as prepping. I think Caroline wants Brussels sprouts, and she's got those. And I probably won't do anything special with those because the cod and the potatoes are going in the oven. So I'll just probably steam or boil the Brussels sprouts. I know, it's not the best idea, but we like Brussels sprouts anyway they come, and my oven will be occupied. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so let me go. I'm going to wash up the potatoes, and we'll be back just a little bit. Okay, guys, I'm over here on the opposite side that I'm normally on. It's usually behind me. But I'm just over here, and we're going to slice these potatoes right in half. That's all we're doing. We're slicing them in half. And I'm doing them where it's kind of the thin way, just so it won't take quite as long for them to cook. That one's a little off center, but that's okay. I mean, you could do it this way. In fact, I'll do one. I mean, I don't guess it really matters, but I kind of did them long way just where they would cook a little more evenly. We'll do this one this way. So that's all I'm doing at this point. And I'll show you what we'll do next in just a minute. Okay, it takes my oven quite a while to preheat. So I've actually got it preheating now. I think, I've been thinking it was operator error, but now I think that my door is not shutting all the way, and it never has. So I've got to get somebody out here to look at that. But what we're going to do is we're going to put several, quite a bit of oil on this cookie sheet. And I'm going to let it run. And you might see breadcrumbs in this pan. That's because I use it a lot. And sometimes we just wipe it out instead of actually washing it. Of course, today we'll have to actually wash it. Okay, so I'm just being sure it's completely coated with the oil. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some seasoning salt and I'm just going to salt my pan. Yep, just salt my pan. I know, crazy, right? All right, seasoning salt. And now we're going to take a little bit of garlic salt. All right, and just for good measure, we'll sprinkle a little black pepper. And I want to be sure to fill up this pan because I don't want it to be smoking a lot. So I'm just gonna, as I put the potato down in there, I'm gonna kind of just smear. I may wash up some more potatoes and put on here. We'll see what we need. I think I did 8 potatoes. And my pan's a little warped. You can see the oil pooling just a little bit right there. All right. And I think if I slice up one more potato, I'll be good. Maybe 2 small ones. Okay, let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I have just a little bit of olive oil here, and I'm just gonna brush the skins of these potatoes with some olive oil. There is nothing fancy about this dish, but we just want them to get kind of crispy down on the flesh part, the part on this cookie sheet, and this will just give, in case anybody eats the skin. It's clean, I've scrubbed them good. And we're going to do one more thing after I get this olive oil brushed on them. We're going to season the outside a little bit, and we're just going to use regular table salt for that. Okay, let me grab my salt. And there's no better way to do it than just use your fingers at this point to do this. There's no way to really get it evenly on there other than to use your fingers. Okay guys, so now we're just waiting for the oven to preheat. I've got it to like higher than 400. I don't know how much higher my oven goes, but I want it to get pretty high, so. Oop, I got that one salty all in one spot. All right, there we go, y'all. Okay, that's all there is to those potatoes. As soon as my oven preheats, we'll get them into cooking. Oh my, y'all, I'm telling you, the potatoes are in the oven and they are smelling amazing. But we're gonna come over here and work on the cod fillets real quick. I have them, I've just covered with tinfoil, a cookie sheet, and then put a piece of parchment down. No other reason other than I just don't want to spend a lot of time cleaning up. So I'm gonna take some salt with my fingers and just sprinkle the top. And this was actually the only seasoning I was gonna do with salt and pepper. But I happen to remember a seasoning mix I have. But if all you have, if you don't have the specialty seasoning mixes, salt and pepper, maybe you could add a little garlic or some seasoning salt or onion powder. You can use whatever you want. Because like I said, the only thing I was going to use was salt and pepper. But I happen to remember the seasoning mix that I'm going to show you here in just a second. I just bought it and I haven't used it. I bought it to use on steaks. And I got it at Sam's Club. But it smells divine. And so I'm going to try it on the fish. It says it can be for steak or beef, poultry, or fish, or vegetables. So we're going to use it on this fish. But we're going to use the shaker side. And it's really buttery, I think. We've tasted it just the spice, not really on anything. And I'm not putting a whole lot. I'm not like covering it with it, but I want to get enough on there. Okay. All right. So the next thing we'll do is smear our mayonnaise mixture over top. Okay guys, we're going to put our mayonnaise mixture and mustard mixture. I thinned it out just a little bit with just a drop of Holland House, the cooking wine, the white cooking wine. So very, very little, very small amount. I just wanted it to be more pourable versus a paste, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, and I've melted some butter to mix with the Ritz crackers. You don't need as much if you're using Ritz as you would if you were using a panko. So I just did a couple of tablespoons. Okay guys, I'm going to finish drizzling over these cod fillets, and we will be back in just a little bit. Okay y'all, now we're putting the Ritz crackers on the top. I did mix about 2 tablespoons of butter. It didn't need a lot because the Ritz crackers are buttery anyway. So I put about 2 tablespoons of butter, melted butter, in with them. I know it seems like there's been lots of steps to this, but this is really a very simple recipe. The sauce is just mayonnaise and mustard. And so, all right, we'll be back in just a second. Okay, guys, we're in here. I'm telling everybody, shh. So we're in here. Here is our dinner plus a salad. It's not on the plate yet. This is the cod, and here's the not smashed potatoes, the half potatoes. My sweet niece is here that is supposed to be doing a cheesecake recipe for us really soon. She gave me the list of ingredients, which I've already lost, but we will have her do a cheesecake. Bright says surprise. Okay, so she's going to come over here, and which one are you tasting?
I'll do the cod.
She's going to taste the fish, the cod. This is Lachelle.
Hello.
I caught them fresh today.
Oh, it's good.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's really good.
She says it's good. Look, I'm going to give it a taste too.
That's really good.
She sounds surprised.
I know. Why did she look surprised? It is really good. Okay, guys, here are the potatoes, or what's left of them.
That's right. We've already got our plates ready. Look at there. You ready for this? What'd you season them with?
All kinds of things.
Delicious.
Delicious. Does it need ketchup? Do you want ketchup on it? It's kind of like a hash brownie taste.
No. I taste salt, pepper. It's got a really crisp. I don't know if it's because of the oil got so hot and it kind of fried it.
Yep.
But very crisp. Look how hot that is. But really good. You don't need ketchup with that.
No, it's delicious.
It's delicious.
Very flavorful. Okay, guys, we're going to enjoy what's our supper, but there's not much left. We have cod, we have potatoes, and salad. So thank you guys for watching The Farm and Pastor's Wife. And remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.